Hello. Are you struggling to find courage today? Are there things you're afraid to face or afraid to do or say? Things that you know are really for your good or the good of others? We often find ourselves lacking courage, feeling anxious or worried. Remember the words of the old hymn, "Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer." Yeah, what a friend we have in Jesus. We sing that song often enough, but how often do we practice it? Psalm 18, verse 2 says, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge." And Psalm 46, verses 1 to 2 say, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea." Verse 7 says, "The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." We know that courage is not fearlessness. It is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling afraid and doing the right thing anyway. And I want to tell you a little bit about a very courageous woman whose courage came from trusting God and doing his will. Her name is Jackie Pullinger. She's been a missionary in Hong Kong for approaching 60 years. As a child, growing up in Croydon, South London, she dreamed of becoming a missionary. Sensing the call of God, she applied to various missionary societies. All of them turned her down, but she was not deterred. God was calling her. So this young woman left her home and all that she knew, got on a boat and sailed for Hong Kong. She reached the walled city, a place where houses were built unregulated, one on top of the other. A place where she said there were more rats than people, where she could walk along the street and see 100 people taking drugs and would have to step over them to get along the street. A place where drug and prostitution were absolutely rampant and triad gangs made money out of all of it. It sounds like somewhere most people would be terrified to go. But Jackie Pullinger said, "The second time I went into the walled city, I felt this incredible joy. And I thought, why am I feeling like this? In spite of the dangers, the misery she saw around her, she felt a real love for the people." Clearly, God was enabling her to see how he sees, and he was giving her the strength that she needed. She became a primary school teacher while she was there and started a youth club, helping boys who were already in triad gangs. Some gave their life to Jesus, and many of the boys who prayed for freedom from their addictions were not only able to come off drugs, but felt no withdrawal symptoms. Praying people out of their addictions was core to the work that she did amongst these desperate people. She even found favor with triad gangs. On one occasion, a triad leader asked her for help because he didn't want the young members to become drug addicts. With tremendous courage, Jackie told him if they followed Jesus, they would have to leave the gang. Then the miracle happened. The gang leader agreed that any boys who became Christians were allowed to leave the gang. Here we see God at work, God stepping in miraculously, God providing everything needed. Even in the most difficult and fearful situations, Jackie had no need to fear as she did his will. That's just a little of the remarkable story of Jackie Pullinger, and I'd invite you to read more. And it's a reminder to us that courage is found in Jesus, in following him and in doing what he says. So remember that you can find strength and encouragement in Jesus. The Lord is our rock. He gives us all that we need as we trust him and do his will. I'll leave you with the words of 1 Peter 5, verses 6 to 7. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you." God bless you. Amen.